Yo, what's good, YouTube? I'm back with another video. Today we are reacting to the end of TikTok. If you guys enjoyed these reactions, please leave a like on the video. Leave down in the comments any other videos y'all would like me to react to in the future. And subscribe to the channel. We are almost at 100 subs. Got a little something for y'all once we hit 100. Let's get right into it.
Well guys, it looks like TikTok might officially be getting banned.
Good.
There's been talks about this for a very long time, and now we are finally seeing the issue come to a head, and the matter is about to head to Supreme Court tomorrow. So 9 months ago, the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act was proposed to Joe Biden, who quickly signed this bill.
I just signed into law the national security package that was passed by the House of Representatives this weekend and by the Senate yesterday. It's going to make America safer. It's going to make the world safer, and it continues America's leadership in the world, and everyone knows it.
This was something that both Democrats and Republicans unanimously agreed on, that the App Store overall needed more regulation and less foreign involvement, especially from our enemies.
When it comes to media apps like TikTok, we are failing our children, and we are failing our country.
Facts.
Why in the hell would we allow a foreign adversary like the Chinese Communist Party to control a technology platform and key source of information that reaches half of the United States population?
Like I said, TikTok specifically has been on the chopping block for years, as it has long been feared that China is using it as not only a tool to collect data and information on Americans, but also to launch what I see as the new digital war, the war on misinformation. Because of this, TikTok has been viewed as a threat to America's national security for quite some time. They even introduced a No TikTok on Government Device Act years ago to combat this potential information theft.
TikTok had to admit that, in fact,
I actually didn't know it was this deep with TikTok. I didn't know it was this deep.
Surveilling the locations of specific U.S. reporters that have been writing unfavorable stories about the company.
So basically, the government claims that TikTok got caught with their hands in our cookie jar. I mean, when you sign up on their platform, you do give them access to what you're watching on your phone, how long you're watching it, your private messages, your geolocation, your age, your search and browsing history, and even your keystroke data, and even that kind of just scratches the surface of what they can be looking at. Basically, it's kind of like you're leaving your front door open at night, hoping no one peeks in to see what's going on. And with over 170 million Americans currently using their platform on the daily, that is a lot of information they can be gathering. And in them passing that bill I mentioned earlier, they gain the ability to force TikTok to cut ties with their Chinese-based parent company ByteDance. It's either that, or they can lose all access to their American consumers, and this is something that could go into place as early as January 19th. I mean, they must really feel like China is up to something.
So TikTok did leave their company. So I'm guessing they're going to go to another company now. I'm guessing. Because, I mean, half of their following is America, so that would be a smart business move.
As this was classified as an emergency, and the Supreme Court agreed to settle the dispute only 2 days after it was placed on their desk. Now, obviously, some people argue that this is a violation of freedom of speech. While the government says they're concerned with China advancing their own geopolitical interest and spreading misinformation, especially during a time of crisis. And the real worry for the freedom of speech crowd is that this would essentially open the door for the government to target other free speech platforms for the content they carry. I mean, I do have to say, I've seen far more propaganda and complete and utter nonsense posted onto Twitter in the last 18 months.
I was about to say, they need to shut down Twitter then. What we doing here? What we doing here, bro? What we doing
than
here?
I've ever seen on TikTok. And on the other side of things, TikTok has already said back last April that they are going to be refusing to sell the company, and that it would actually be impossible for them to do so, with their reasoning being that they do not want to sell their secret sauce that makes their algorithm so addicting. And then to make matters even more interesting, Trump is actually directly opposed to the banning of TikTok.
And you'll never ban TikTok, that's for sure.
I will never ban TikTok.
Thank you.
Which is the opposite of the stance that he had back in his first term when he actually tried to get it banned.
We're looking at TikTok. We may be banning TikTok. We may be doing some other things. There are a couple of options.
But back then, Biden was actually the one to block the bill once he took office, so they straight up switched positions. Pause. Trump actually met with TikTok CEO recently, and he praised the platform as a whole for helping him win the last election.
How do you plan to stop the ban on TikTok next month?
We'll take a look at TikTok.
You know, I have a warm spot in my heart for TikTok because I won youth by 34 points. And there are those that say that TikTok had something to do with it.
So now he wants there to be some sort of negotiation once he does take office. I would guess that he wants to use the platform.
If this whole China looking in and they can control what everybody's seeing on TikTok, you don't think they did that on purpose? I'm just saying. You don't think they did it on purpose?
As leverage over China's head, as he has requested that the Supreme Court pause this law's implementation until he actually gets into office. So we're gonna have to see what happens tomorrow, guys. I mean, this is crazy. This news just broke around 30 minutes ago. So I will continue to keep you updated, but y'all make sure you subscribe. I do want to know down below how much...
Alright, I'll see y'all. If you guys enjoyed this, listen to the video. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like on the video. Leave in the comments any of the videos you want to see in the future. And subscribe. That's all I'm going to say because it was a little 5-minute video. I'll see you on the next one.